sudden and violent dust storm swept through the Las Vegas Valley on Tuesday, July 1st, leaving a trail of destruction, chaos, and resilience in its wake. With wind gusts reaching up to 70 miles per hour, the storm disrupted daily life, knocked down power lines, and plunged tens of thousands of residents into darkness.
Just happened.
The National Weather Service issued a severe thunderstorm warning and a dust storm warning for Clark County, urging residents to seek shelter and avoid travel as visibility dropped to near zero in some areas. The storm, which arrived with little lightning but immense force, was described by meteorologists as a sudden, isolated, very strong impact event. By late Tuesday afternoon, over 30,000 NV Energy customers were without electricity. The utility confirmed that approximately 50 power poles had been damaged or snapped entirely, many of them along East Tropicana Avenue, where the storm's fury was most concentrated. Residents like Kendra Day and Claudia London found themselves trapped inside their vehicles as live power lines fell across the road. "I thought I was going to die," Day recounted after spending nearly 2 hours inside her Jeep Cherokee, pinned between two fallen poles. London, driving a Toyota Prius, described the moment the wires collapsed onto her car. "It was zero visibility. I couldn't see anything through the dust." Emergency crews worked through the night to restore power and clear debris. Cooling centers were activated across Clark County, and an emergency shelter was opened at the Las Vegas Convention Center's South Hall, with accommodations for pets and transportation provided by RDC. The storm's impact rippled through the city's commercial districts. At a Wingstop restaurant near Tropicana Avenue, employees were seen discarding spoiled food after refrigerators lost power. Lucino's Pizza, a local favorite, was forced to close early but reopen the next day thanks to a generator provided by a neighboring business. "I've never seen wind like that in Vegas," said Ovad Metab, a salesman at a nearby mattress store. "It's sad to see the city like this." Even major banks like Bank of America were temporarily shuttered, with ATMs offline and signs posted citing circumstances beyond control. Despite the destruction, stories of compassion emerged. Joey Scolaro, owner of Lucino's Pizza, offered free slices and air-conditioned refuge to anyone without refrigeration or cooling. "This is the kind of moment where you help your neighbors," he said. Residents like Matthew Henderson, who witnessed trees and power lines falling near his home, shared accounts of helping stranded individuals. "I saw a man in a wheelchair stuck in the dirt. Someone finally came and pushed him to safety," Henderson recalled. The storm also disrupted air travel. Harry Reid International Airport experienced ground and departure delays due to the severe weather, with officials urging caution for travelers. AccuWeather predicted lingering showers and wind gusts through Wednesday, July 3rd, with temperatures dropping to 93 degrees Fahrenheit, nearly 10 degrees below the seasonal average. Normal weather is expected to return by Independence Day, July 4th. As Las Vegas begins the cleanup and recovery process, officials warn that monsoon season is just beginning. The July 1st dust storm serves as a stark reminder of nature's unpredictability and the importance of preparedness. Clark County's Office of Emergency Management continues to monitor conditions and provide resources for affected residents. Cooling centers remain open, and transportation to shelters is available for those in need. Several businesses were forced to shut down due to the wind gusts, which reached up to 70 miles per hour. About 20,000 households in the eastern and central areas of Las Vegas were affected by the downed power lines, many of which were captured on video lying on the ground along long stretches of road. Right around 5 o'clock, I started hearing snaps as the power poles out here went down, resident Rain Brandenburg said. "I could hear the shingles being ripped off of our roof." "The power went out and it's been out ever since," he told local media. "I don't really have money to go anywhere, so I am concerned because it's me, my spouse, and my children and our pets." By about 7 p.m. on Tuesday, approximately 272 outage reports had been received by NV Energy, the utility company said. Around 50 power poles were downed, leading to widespread outages that left NV Energy customers without electricity at the height of the storm. These poles will all need to be replaced, according to NV Energy. "I just went grocery shopping the day before, and I don't have money to go again," Brandenburg said. "If we go another day without power, at that point I'm probably going to eat what we can and then know that we're probably going to have to throw the rest away." The gale force winds Tuesday, the speeds of which surpassed initial forecasts, also ripped trees out of the ground and strew debris over busy streets. Parts of the valley were also under a severe dust warning. While our teams will work to restore power as quickly and safely as possible, the damage is significant and will take time to restore, NV Energy spokesperson Megan Delaney told NBC News 3. "Our teams will continue to work throughout the evening and in the coming days to make necessary repairs." Meanwhile, the violent dust storm that swept across the Las Vegas Valley on Tuesday, July 1st, left a significant mark on Henderson Executive Airport, where powerful wind gusts and blinding dust clouds caused damage to private aircraft, disrupted operations, and raised serious safety concerns. According to the National Weather Service, wind speeds in Henderson reached up to 70 miles per hour, part of a broader system of virga bombs, dry microbursts that produce sudden, intense downdrafts without rainfall. These conditions created a hazardous environment for aviation and ground operations alike. Multiple private planes parked on the tarmac were damaged as the storm intensified in the early afternoon. Video footage shared by local news outlets showed aircraft being buffeted by swirling dust, with at least 2 small jets reportedly sustaining wing and fuselage damage due to debris and sudden gusts. Airport staff scrambled to secure aircraft and equipment as visibility dropped to near zero. "It came out of nowhere," said Luis Ramirez, a ground technician. "One moment we were prepping for a routine departure, and the next, we were ducking behind hangars trying to avoid flying debris. Several hangar doors were torn from their tracks, and temporary structures such as maintenance tents were overturned. Emergency protocols were activated, and all non-essential personnel were evacuated from exposed areas." While Henderson Executive Airport primarily serves private and charter flights, the storm's impact was felt across its operations. Departures were delayed, and incoming flights were diverted to alternate airports, including Harry Reid International Airport, which also experienced delays due to the same weather system. The Federal Aviation Administration issued a ground delay advisory for the region, citing extreme wind conditions and airborne particulates. Pilots were warned of low visibility, crosswinds, and potential foreign object damage on runways and taxiways. Airport management coordinated with Clark County Emergency Services to assess damage and ensure safety. Fire crews and paramedics were dispatched to inspect fuel storage areas and respond to minor injuries sustained by ground staff during the storm. "We're grateful there were no serious injuries," said Airport Director Marlene Kessler, "but the damage to aircraft and infrastructure is substantial. We're working closely with the FAA and local agencies to restore full operations." The Division of Air Quality issued a dust alert for Henderson and surrounding areas, urging residents and airport personnel to wear protective masks and limit outdoor exposure. As of Wednesday morning, July 2nd, cleanup crews were still working to remove debris from runways and repair damaged hangars. Insurance adjusters were on site to evaluate claims from aircraft owners, and temporary shelters were set up for displaced staff. Airport officials announced plans to review and upgrade storm preparedness protocols, including reinforced hangar structures and improved early warning systems. "This storm was a wake-up call," said Kessler. "We operate in a desert, but we're seeing more extreme weather events. We need to adapt."